Ladies and gentlemen, transfers, exchange students, staff, professors, parents, families, and freshmen to college. My name is Gaynor. I am a senior in the College of Arts and Sciences, majoring in political science. It's a tremendous honor to be the student speaker tonight. Welcome to Convocation, the ceremony that sounds more like a dental procedure than the start of college. Now, entering college means you're currently undergoing a flurry of emotions. You're nervous, but you're ready to get started and meet friends. At this point, you've made so many trips to Bed Bath & Beyond that you'd feel more comfortable living with your favorite cashier than randomly assigned roommate. Mine was Wendy. But if there's one thing that college indisputably means for all of you, it is this. You are currently inundated, overwhelmed, and sick of advice. Like a free food stand at a carnival, you're getting too much and you are nauseated by it. When I was researching for this speech, I interviewed a number of students and asked them what their convocation speaker had told them. They all said the same thing. Oh yeah, he was like, good and inspiring and I don't remember anything he said. And I attribute this to one thing, because usually with the exception of myself, they've gotten spectacular students to give this address. The reason no one remembers their convocation speaker is because you guys are so full from the all-you-can-eat advice buffet you've been fed over the past weeks that you can no longer digest it. Advice now goes in one ear and dies a silent, painful, inspiration-free death. So tonight, I am not going to give you advice. I'm going to provide you with the one key tool to enhance your WashU happiness. I'm going to be a mindset setter. Again, I'm not going to be an advice giver, I am a mindset setter. Tonight, I am going to give you the frame of mind essential to processing the oncoming explosion of opportunities, classes, clubs, people, and events coming your way. I invented this frame of mind, so you know it's awesome. This prism through which I look at WashU, and it has brought me a constant stream of happiness. This mindset is the single most useful sentence I could say to an incoming student. So here it is. It's 2 words. Are you ready? Stop texting, or at least text this to the person you're texting with, which is most likely your mother. The mindset is called don't think. I said it. Don't think. I said it, Mr. Chancellor. You having fun? Now, because you have not yet internalized this mindset and therefore still have the ability to process thoughts, I want you to think about ice cream. You do not know why you like the flavors of ice cream that you do. You have no idea why you admire the skill behind Oreo double chunk and detest the notion of caramel peach swirl. You like what you like and there was no thinking about it. And the only way to know what you like, don't like, and simply are ambivalent about is to take a sample on a mini spoon. After that, your preferences suddenly appear and you have made no calculations or calibrated analyses as to why. And so, in a very real way, I want you to approach college like you approach ice cream. Your brain actively makes opinions for you all the time. You like vanilla over chocolate, Coldplay over Miley Cyrus, and biomedical engineering over creative writing, though I don't know why. Your opinions about everything are there. They're inherent, organic, and most of the time they appear with little outside influence at all. I want you to approach your first year choices just like you would ice cream, without too much thought and just going by feel. You're going to meet new roommates, take arduous classes, engage in extracurriculars, and all those things require a degree of decision making. What will your major be? Do you want to belong to 1, 2, 16 clubs? Can you handle the volume of email that comes along with membership to 16 clubs? You must choose carefully, and I believe the best way to choose is let your mind do it without you being annoying and getting in the way. That's what don't think is all about. Here's how to don't think. Instead of replicating your high school experiences by staying within a familiar academic track or joining clubs you used to do, explore other options here that interest you, no matter how strange they appear. Show of hands, for all the students, how many of you worked on your high school newspaper? Okay, that's absurd. Okay, so basically here's the deal. There's no way we will all want to keep writing articles for our paper, Student Life. And the administration wants this to happen, otherwise they would not have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars funding student groups. I'd like to tell you a story demonstrating the consequences of not using Don't Think during your first year here. In high school, I was head of a club called the Food Committee. The club was a group of students that met with our cafeteria supervisor and vented about the quality, preparation, and variety of the foods presented every day at lunch, serious business. Even though I only joined because they gave away free dessert at every meeting, I was passionate about Food Committee in high school. Tried to write my college essay about it until my mother shut that down. And when I got to college, I immediately joined the campus Food Committee. I attended weekly meetings, met with the heads of the food distributor, even arranged for the club to have a blind taste test to determine the school's new juice dispenser system. It was a massive waste of time. What was I doing? I was rejoining what was essentially a joke of a club in high school, only I was investing serious time, effort, and thought into the process of complaining about cafeteria food. I didn't even have the power to facilitate change, nor did I have any interest in culinary arts. My biggest accomplishment was getting feta cheese permanently placed in the salad bar. Feta makes everything better. The only reason I did it was because it was comfortable. I did it because I had done it, not because I truly loved it. Had I known how to Don't Think, I would have instead joined the club that I'm currently passionate about, the campus radio station. It works. Believe me, thinking up Don't Think took a lot of thought. I want you to let your identity, majors, minors, friends, and activities here be chosen not by social pressures or parent nudgings, but by what and who you naturally are inclined to and have fun doing. Choose not by what you used to do, but by what you haven't done. I know it's not the most interesting message I could have offered, but trust me, it's the right one. And let me remind you, if you have a passion, go and work as hard as you can towards mastering and exploring that interest. But most of you, and I was like this as a first-year student, aren't in that category. I couldn't comprehend how, at 17, some of my classmates were determined to become obstetricians. What Don't Think means is that you shouldn't explore WashU using a pre-drawn map or preconceived notions of how college will unfold for you. Take time to get a taste of each thing here that intrigues you, just like you would sample ice cream on a mini spoon. And I know that trying out so many options so early is a challenging task, but remember, no matter how awkward it is to ask the store employee for multiple samples of ice cream, you've got to do it. Otherwise, you'll never be sure if you found your favorite flavor. All right, now it's parents' time. Parents, hello, how are you doing? Time to pay you some attention. You are a perplexing group to speak to. Unlike the masses of multicolored matriculating young scholars on the floor here, you are not all in the same transitional period in your lives. For some of you, this is your first child heading off to college. You're the type of parent who's compiling a checklist of movement activities during this speech. For others, this is your 5th time running through this circus, and you've most likely set records on your cell phone video games throughout my lecture. Some of you are ready to roll out, drive away, and enjoy the silence and freedom and cleanliness of your homes. Others are ready to make Kleenex stock sore. But if there's one thing you all have in common, it is this. It's 2 words. Are you ready? Stop texting, or at least text this to the person you're texting with, which is most likely your child. The one thing you all have in common is that you worry. I said it, you worry. Well, let's address this. I am an expert on WashU, and I have some news. I'm here to tell you very confidently, your child will be happy here. They will not find just one place on campus where they are happy, but many.